So our result here, that set is not a hashable object, suggests that set is mutable. We haven't yet found a way to mutate sets. We could find it by looking at the documentation, but we're programmers. We usually prefer to do experiments than to play around with reading documentation. So let's think about the other kinds of experiments we should do. And I'm going to show you one useful thing that you can do in the interpreter. And I'm going to show you one interesting thing you can do in the interpreter to help with those experiments. So I've created a set here. And now I'm going to use the dir operation. We can apply dir to any object. And what we get as a result of dir is a list of all the names in that object's namespace. So we can think of these as all the things that you can do with S. Each of these names after S followed by dot is something we could do with S. And you see in idle, the Python interpreter I'm doing now, it actually gives us a list of those as choices when we type S dot. So we could try any of these operations and see what they do. Let's start with add, and we can see add was listed here in the directory. And another thing we can see, and you won't see this if you use the in-browser IDE, when we start to type add, we actually see documentation for what it does pop up. This is the way things work in idle, the default Python interpreter, if you download that from python.org. Different environments for running Python will do different things. But this is really handy that it says, well, add does what we might expect. It adds an element to the set. Let's add the element 4. We note that add did not return something. There's no result here. We can confirm that using print. Let's add 5 to the set as well. The result that comes back is none. So there's no result from add, but what it did was add the object to the set. So we can see the value of the set now includes 4 and 5. Let's look a little more at the different operations that we have on the set. There are all these double underscore ones at the start. These are called special method names, often known as magic methods.